G'day viewers, this is Peter from my Bonza channel and I welcome you to this week's Laughaholics. Today's Laughaholics are all about your typical Aussie jokes. And the first one's about little Johnny. Yep, we've got little Johnny down under as well. So little Johnny goes up to his mum and he says, "Mum, why do brides always wear white?" And his mum looks down at Johnny and she says, "Johnny, that shows your friends and all your relatives that the wife is pure." And Johnny says, "Okay, thanks, Mum." But he's not entirely satisfied. So he decides to go and see his dad and ask him to see what sort of reply he would give. So he finds his father and he's in the garage as usual. And he goes up and says, "Dad, why do brides always wear white?" And his father looks at him wide-eyed in amazement. And he says, "Son," and he says, "Look, mate, all household appliances are white." And that's your typical Aussie male chauvinist approach to jokes. The next one. Brucey decides to bring his mate Wally home for dinner. Of course, it's unannounced. So when he walks in with Wally, his wife, she looks at him and she's amazed and she's shocked and she's also pretty pissed off. And she says to her husband, "Bloody hell, what did you bring him home for? I haven't done the chores so the house is a mess. The dishes aren't washed. I haven't done my hair. And then there's time to put my makeup on yet. Bloody hell, I'm still in my pajamas and there's no way I'm going to be cooking dinner for us all. So why the hell did you bring him home for?" And Bruce, the husband, says, "'Cause the bloody idiot's thinking of getting married next week." And this just goes to show the Aussie sensitive size. I hope you like those two jokes, but don't worry, I've left the best one for last. There's this Aussie. He's sitting at the bar and he's quietly having a beer when this big burly American walks in. And as he walks past the Aussie, gives him a clout on one side of the head and he knocks the Aussie off the chair onto his ass. And he says to the Aussie, "That's a karate chop from Korea." And the Aussie just gets up and he sits down and he continues with his beer. And then the burly American has to go to the loo and he gives him another clout on the other side of the head and he knocks the Aussie off again. And the burly American says, "And that is a judo chop from Japan." And he laughs as he goes off to the loo. And the Aussie's had enough of this and he gets up and he leaves. About a half hour later, he comes back and he sees the Yank sitting at the bar having a beer. And he walks up behind him and he smacks the American on the back of the head, knocking him out cold. And the Aussie turns to the bartender and he says to him, "When he wakes up, mate, you tell him that was a bloody crowbar from Mitre 10. And that's it, guys. I really hope you liked this week's Laughaholics. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, you can subscribe down below. And you're going to want to click on the bell and select all, because if you don't go through all that process, you will not get notified of future Laughaholic videos. This is Peter from my Bonza channel. As always, I really loved having you here, guys. And I hope to see you next week for my next Laughaholics video. And until then, keep well, stay safe. This is Peter signing off. Catch you later, guys.